Hey there everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving deep into the swirling vortex of American history to unearth the top 10 greatest moments that have shaped this nation into well, let's just say the very unique entity it is today. We're talking about those pivotal, earth-shattering, game-changing moments that sent ripples throughout the course of history. These events either extinguished the fires of internal strife or catapulted the United States onto the global stage, for better or for worse. So, buckle up, history buffs and casual learners alike. Get ready for some shocking revelations, some aha moments, and maybe even a few head scratches as we embark on this whirlwind adventure through the annals of American history. Picture this: 1776, 13 British colonies chafing under the yoke of King George III. Enter the Declaration of Independence, a document so bold it made the powdered wigs of European monarchs stand on end. This wasn't just a strongly worded letter to the king, it was a full-blown declaration of war. The Declaration declared that all men are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. These words ignited a firestorm of revolution, a desperate fight for freedom against the mightiest empire on earth. The signing of the Declaration was a gamble, a monumental leap of faith, but their courage, their unwavering belief in the ideals of liberty and equality, birthed a nation. Okay, so you've just won a revolution, kicked out a king, and declared yourself a free and independent nation. Now what? That's the question facing the newly minted United States of America. The Founding Fathers had to figure out how to create a system of government that balanced individual liberty with the need for order. They locked themselves in a room during a sweltering Philadelphia summer, argued, debated, compromised, and ultimately hammered out a document that has stood the test of time: the United States Constitution. This wasn't just some dry legal document, it was a blueprint for a daring experiment in self-governance. The Constitution established a system of checks and balances, separating power between the different branches of government to prevent tyranny. It outlined the rights and responsibilities of citizens and created a framework for a more perfect union. The Constitution, with its amendments and evolving interpretations, has proven to be a remarkably resilient and adaptable document, guiding the nation through centuries of change. In 1803, the United States made a purchase so monumental, it would forever alter the course of its destiny. This was the Louisiana Purchase, a real estate deal of epic proportions. For a cool $15 million, the United States doubled in size overnight. It was like finding a winning lottery ticket, only instead of money, it was pristine wilderness, fertile farmland, and the promise of unimaginable riches. But the Louisiana Purchase wasn't just about acquiring land. It was about fulfilling a sense of destiny, a belief that the United States was destined to expand westward. This belief, later dubbed Manifest Destiny, would become a driving force in American expansionism for decades to come. Of course, this westward expansion came at a cost. Native American tribes who had called this land home for centuries were displaced, their cultures and ways of life disrupted. The Louisiana Purchase remains a landmark event, a testament to American ambition and a turning point that set the stage for the nation's rise to continental dominance. The year is 1863. The United States is locked in a brutal civil war, a nation divided against itself over the horrific institution of slavery. It's against this backdrop that President Abraham Lincoln issues a document that would reverberate through history: the Emancipation Proclamation. With a stroke of his pen, Lincoln declares that all enslaved people in Confederate-held territory shall be thenceforward, and forever free. The Emancipation Proclamation didn't magically end slavery overnight. It was a wartime measure, primarily aimed at weakening the Confederacy by depriving them of their labor force. It also transformed the Civil War from a conflict to preserve the Union into a moral crusade for human freedom. The Emancipation Proclamation galvanized millions of African Americans to fight for their freedom, joining the Union Army in droves. While the fight for true equality would continue long after the Civil War ended, the Emancipation Proclamation stands as a pivotal moment in American history, a beacon of hope in a time of unimaginable darkness. For centuries, women in the United States were relegated to the sidelines of political life. Denied the right to vote, their voices silenced, their contributions often overlooked. But a fire was brewing, a growing movement demanding equality and a seat at the table of democracy. This was the women's suffrage movement, a decades-long struggle waged by courageous women who dared to challenge the status quo. These were women like Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and Alice Paul, trailblazers who organized, protested, and even endured imprisonment for their beliefs. Their unwavering dedication, their tireless efforts finally paid off in 1920, when the 19th Amendment to the Constitution was ratified, granting women the right to vote. It was a monumental victory, a testament to the power of persistence and a giant leap forward for gender equality. The fight for women's rights didn't end with the 19th Amendment, of course. The struggle for equal pay, reproductive rights, and protection from discrimination continues to this day. The year is 1929. The stock market crashes, sending shockwaves throughout the global economy. The Great Depression leaves millions unemployed and desperate. Enter Franklin Delano Roosevelt, promising a New Deal. Roosevelt's New Deal reshapes the role of government. Massive public works projects put people back to work, building dams, bridges, and national parks. Social Security provides a safety net. The New Deal was a radical departure from the past. It acknowledged government's role in times of crisis. The New Deal didn't end the Great Depression overnight, and some programs faced opposition. But it changed the relationship between people and government. The legacy of the New Deal is still debated today, but its impact on American society is undeniable. It ushered in an era of social welfare programs, expanded the role of the federal government, and left an enduring mark on the American political landscape. For generations, African Americans endured segregation and discrimination. Despite constitutional promises, Jim Crow laws denied basic rights. In the 50s and 60s, a powerful civil rights movement emerged. Peaceful protesters faced fire hoses and police dogs. Freedom riders braved violence to challenge segregation. The movement exposed national hypocrisy. In 1964, the Civil Rights Act was signed. It outlawed discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. The Civil Rights Act was a watershed moment, proving ordinary people can create extraordinary change. July 20th, 1969. The world holds its breath as a grainy image flickers on television screens. A lone figure clad in a bulky spacesuit, taking a tentative step onto the surface of the moon. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong's voice crackles across the airwaves, forever etching itself into the annals of human history. The Apollo 11 mission, a culmination of years of scientific innovation, daring engineering, and sheer human determination, had achieved the seemingly impossible, landing humans on another celestial body. It was a moment of collective awe and wonder, a triumph for all humankind. For over 40 years, the world lived in the shadow of the Cold War, a geopolitical standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. It was a time of constant tension, a nuclear arms race, and the ever-present threat of global annihilation. Imagine this: the Berlin Wall, a potent symbol of division and oppression, crumbling under the weight of its own contradictions. By 1991, the Soviet Union had dissolved, the Iron Curtain had fallen, and the world breathed a collective sigh of relief. The end of the Cold War marked a pivotal moment in human history. In 2008, the United States elected its first African-American president. Barack Obama's victory was a watershed moment, symbolizing hope and progress. His campaign's message of hope and change captured millions. Imagine a nation transfixed by a young, charismatic senator. Obama's election wasn't a cure-all, but a powerful symbol of progress. It inspired a new generation of activists and reignited conversations about race. Barack Obama's election remains a landmark event in American history. Woo! We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? From revolutions to moon landings, civil rights triumphs to the fall of empires, we've journeyed through some of the most pivotal moments in American history. But this isn't just about looking back. It's about understanding how these events continue to resonate in the present, shaping our political landscape, our social fabric, and our very understanding of what it means to be American. So what do you think? Which of these moments had the biggest impact on American history? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Until next time, keep those history brains buzzing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. Let us know in the comments which moment you think had the biggest impact on American history.